Welcome to Nasdaq TradeTalks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq, coming to you live from the SALT Conference in New York City. Joining me for this segment, we have Ralf Kubli. He's the board member of the Casper Association. We're here to discuss tokenization and what is going to be the catalyst for widespread adoption. Ralf, it's great to have you with us. Welcome to TradeTalks.
Thanks for having me.
What areas of tokenization do you see that's going to take off, and why is real-world assets a useless term?
Look, so clearly the market has decided that tokenization of cash and cash equivalents is a key aspect of this future infrastructure, as well as fund share tokenizations. The reason why I personally don't like real-world assets is it's a very broad term. It could be anything, and as far as I know, we only have three categories of assets living on balance sheets. These are financial assets, tangible assets, and intangible assets.
How can a step change in performance of systems happen when you think about blockchain and DLTs?
Look, I'm very excited, and everybody is, about shared ledger technology, right? When you listen to Larry Fink, actually, in January, he has a very profound vision how this technology will impact capital markets. In my opinion, however, what is missing is the logic of the financial contract. The logic of the financial instrument needs to be machine readable and machine executable inside the tokens.
How should non-financial firms be thinking about tokenization, or what opportunities can tokenization offer non-financial firms?
Look, I'm very excited about tokenization for several reasons. One is, I do believe that in the future, CFOs of large non-financial firms will drive tokenization. Why is that? Because think of blockchain technology as an assurance layer. So in the future, they will be able, these large non-financial firms will be able to represent and illustrate assets on their balance sheets, which today they cannot.
What would an example be? Like a real estate firm as an example? Where would these use cases make the most sense?
So think about a tangible asset. So think about inventory, finished goods inventory, which in the future will be verifiable with blockchains, and then it can be collateralized. Or think about an intangible asset, like a patent or a trade secret, which you can account for in an immutable database, that's what the blockchain is, and then also collateralize that asset.
Well, let's talk about blockchain in terms of governance. Why do you think that's required when it comes to AI governance for companies?
Yeah, so large companies, or any company actually, is using AI today. So you have regulatory push, both in the US as well as in the EU, to document what you're doing with these models. So blockchain, again, as an assurance layer, and here is Casper specifically well positioned, is needed to ascertain what are you doing with the model, prove that the data that you have fed the model is the data that you're representing to the regulator. Or think about it when you're in a B2C environment and suddenly you have a chatbot go crazy on you, you need to document what happened to that chatbot, and what better than an immutable database, a blockchain, in order to illustrate that.
So tell us about some of the work that you're doing at the Casper Association. Where do you fit within this ecosystem?
Yes, sure. So the Casper Association represents basically a layer one, so a protocol, a blockchain, and we're building, applications, or the community is building applications. In the case of AI governance, we're building that together with IBM, so Casper Labs is building that with IBM. In capital markets, we're building that with banks and infrastructure providers for settlement, for example, that use our blockchain in order to tokenize financial instruments.
Because I'm sure just like cybersecurity reporting is a mandate for public companies now, or will be mandated, I would imagine some of this is going to start to be part of the reporting as well.
Yeah, so we're very bullish on the AI governance use case, also because we're building it with a company that is well established, IBM. So the exciting part there is that soon companies will have a tool that will allow them to document what they're doing in the AI space with their LLMs, what kind of data is there, do version control, just all the things that they're already doing today with normal software.
All right, we appreciate the insight, Ralf. Thanks for joining us on TradeTalks, and thanks for joining me from SALT. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.